Hi everyone, this is Chaz. Today is Tuesday, May 29th, 2012, and this is another journal entry for all of those of you who want to know what's going on. I haven't made a journal entry for the past few days because I've been a little bit busy. I got a job, um, not exactly the job that I thought I would get, but sometimes you just have to accept that you can't have everything that you want and make do with what you can have. So I went and I got a job at a place called, well, I'm not going to say the name of the company because I don't want to get in trouble should someone from the company watch this, but basically, I am working as a convenience store clerk. And so I worked Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm on my feet 8 hours a day, so when I get off of work, my back and legs and feet are really sore. And I'm dealing with a lot of, oh, let's call them colorful characters. Because of where this particular convenience store is located, we get a lot of people who are just getting out of the county jail, stopping by to get a soda or wait for a bus or what have you. Um, and this particular store, along with probably I would guess most convenience stores, have a policy of carding everyone who purchases tobacco or alcohol. It doesn't matter how old you are, how old you look. If you're buying tobacco or you're buying alcohol, you're going to show an ID. Um, and so I get a lot of people who, are obviously old enough, but because I'm asking them for their ID, they get, irritated or they don't have their ID or, because they walked up to the convenience store as opposed to drove, so they didn't bother to grab their ID. I've had a few people who've come in with expired IDs, and I can't provide them with the products that they want with an expired ID. So it's been an interesting few days learning the job. Um, so that's one of the things that's been going on in my life. The other thing is David is still in Chicago. This is the day after Memorial Day. He is supposed to come home tonight. Well, he's supposed to leave Chicago tonight at like 11:55. He's taking the midnight bus back. So which means that by about 5:30 tomorrow morning, he'll be in St. Louis, probably maybe even back in Belleville. Um, and I'm feeling very conflicted about this. Um, I'm feeling very conflicted about David coming back. I mean, because I want him to come back. I want to see him. I haven't seen him in 10 days. I haven't seen him since I was in the hospital, with the exception of, a very, very badly executed Skype conversation. Um, I've had a couple of what I think are good conversations with him since he's been gone. And then I've had what are kind of the usual conversations with him where he just basically sits there stone silent and doesn't really say much of anything when I ask questions or when I'm talking. Like he really doesn't have anything to say. And then his body language or his facial expressions, which I find very difficult to read at times because I constantly am thinking that he's irritated or he's upset or he's something or other. Um, and on top of that, with his job offer in Chicago, the very real likelihood is that he's going to be leaving. I mean, for good. Well, not necessarily for good. He'll probably have to come back to take care of some things down here every once in a while, but um, he's there's a very real chance, very real likelihood that in 10 days after he gets back, he's just been gone for 10 days and he's going to be back here for 10 days and then if nothing changes, um, then in 10 days he moves to Chicago to start his new job. And I'm feeling very conflicted about that. Because David has made some promises to me, and he's made some statements to me about what he's going to continue to do for me down here, or for this apartment, or for this situation, and I hope I can trust him. I hope I can trust him. I don't know if I can. Don't get me wrong, I still love him. My God, I still love him. I still, I've had very few days where I haven't cried at least once over what's going on with David and I. And I'm trying to make situations or make arrangements where I can somehow move along, move move forward. It's one of the reasons why I got the convenience store job. That way I have some money coming in that's mine. And you know, if David does what he says he's going to do, um, basically what I'll be doing with the money I earn is just saving it, and that money will go towards when I move, when I go up for school, and will help me pay, a deposit, or will help me pay for setting up internet in my apartment. Um, I'm still waiting to hear back on the student loans, um, because I want to make sure I'm actually going to get them before I um, apply for a student apartment or try to find a roommate, because I'm going to be needing that student loan money to to live off of for at least a while. I'm going to be needing the student loans money to pay the rent and to pay the, whatever utility bills I have to share, or whatever utility bills my small student apartment might have. Um, but we'll see. Um, and then there comes the issue of what we're going to do with all of the stuff that we've accumulated over 9 years. I imagine David will initially be living with his friend Brian until he can find a place of his own. I don't know how long that would be. Um, but we have a 3-bedroom apartment, and pretty much every room is fully furnished. And so we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff that we have accumulated while we were together. So we have to sit down and make lists of, okay, what is mine? What was mine before I entered this relationship? What is stuff that was mine, that was solely mine, that was acquired during the relationship? What things are solely David's, and then what things are things that were purchased together? Um, and how are we going to deal with those items? Like the washer and dryer in the basement, or the car, or the king size bed in the master bedroom. I'm not gonna have, you know, need for those things, at least not immediately. I doubt very seriously I'm going to be moving into an apartment that can take a king size bed. Um, so, I don't know what's going to go on. I'm scared still. I'm scared, and I'm nervous, and I'm anxious, and I'm really haven't felt happy in a while. Really haven't felt happy in several months. Um, I was really happy when I got my letter saying that I'd been accepted to CTS, but ever since right around Easter, April Fool's Day, that I really haven't been happy since. For about 2 months now. Um, doesn't been a whole lot of happiness. There's been a lot of stress. There's been a lot of sadness. There's been a lot of fear. There's been a lot of anger. There's been a lot of negative emotions, and I'm not real sure how to process all that. Although I might soon find out how to process all that, because today I have my first therapy session at 2 o'clock. I go and I see a therapist. Um, I don't know how long I'll be seeing this therapist because, as I've said in previous videos, with David leaving the job he currently has, I will be losing my health insurance because my health insurance was through David's employer with me as his domestic partner. And I don't know if his new job offers domestic partner health care benefits or health insurance benefits, and I don't know if David would be willing to have those apply to me or not. Um, you know, there's just a lot of uncertainty, and I'm not going to be getting any answers for probably a couple of days. And so I really feel like my life is walking on broken glass, walking on eggshells, walking on something really fragile. And I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't. And I used to be very sure of things. I used to be very sure of what was going to happen and what was, and now I haven't a clue. Anyway, I'm nearing about 11 and a half minutes of babbling, so that's what's been going on. Got a new job. David comes home early tomorrow morning. Uh, Theoretically, we'll be leaving again for Chicago for good in 10 days, although I am secretly hoping that that's not the case, that maybe he will give Northrop Grumman a full 2 weeks, or he will, maybe give them longer, because they've been pretty good to him, and I think that they deserve, more than just, But I'll let you all know what ends up happening. It's been a long 10 days without David. It's been a long 3 days of my new job. Um, and we'll see what happens with the therapy session. Hopefully, some good comes out of it. I've got really no idea what this therapist is like or if we'll be compatible. But we'll find out. So anyway, this is Chaz signing off. Again, the date is May 29th, 2012, and this is my journal entry. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.